Welcome to the 21st Annual Shepard Symposium on Social Justice. This symposium has deep roots in our community and was begun by Omowale Akintunde and Margaret Cooney from the College of Education in 1996-97. The symposium was started as the Symposium for the Eradication of Social Inequality, and the mission was to start a dialogue between faculty, staff, students, and the greater community on issues of social justice in the context of education. This symposium brought hope to our community, but in 1998, Matthew Shepard was beaten and left for dead on the outskirts of Laramie. Only days later would he pass away as a result of his injuries. The University of Wyoming, Laramie, and the community were outraged that this young man had been killed for being himself, for being gay. When Matt was murdered, the anonymous donor who provided the endowment for the Shepard Symposium was particularly disturbed by the brutality and senselessness of the loss. A few years later, he established the generous gift to the University of Wyoming to endow the symposium in Matt's memory. This donor worked for many years for the Union Pacific Railroad and invested his money well. He was not a graduate of UW. He was a frugal man and sometimes lived in a small cabin on a piece of land west of Wheatland, Wyoming. He was a fan of film, Morris D., and the Southern Poverty Law Center. His first major gift to the University of Wyoming was an addition to the original Fine Arts Center, and his endowment to the symposium allows his concern for social justice to continue to educate and touch us all. This donor has since passed, yet we remember and tell his story every year in gratitude for his courage and compassion. Matt Shepard is remembered as being not only a UW student, but for being a social activist. In 2002, the Symposium for the Eradication of Social Inequality changed its name to bear his name as a living reminder that life is precious and meaningful. It is in his name that we work every year to build a program and continue the dialogue around issues of inequality, social justice, diversity, and change. This year, our symposium fits that theme. Called Rebel Health, Wellness Without Borders, our symposium looks to deconstruct the definition of what it means to be healthy and for whom that gift is reserved. We will have many keynote speakers and some incredibly special guests. Dr. Robert Bullard, known as the father of environmental justice, will join us for our first keynote address. We will also be visiting with Dr. Allison Kafer and talking about her CRIP manifesto for social justice. Dr. Drew Brown will be talking with us about cultural ideas of race, sports, and masculinity, and redefining our idea of sport. We will also have the chance to talk with Aparna Rajagopal-Durpin, grappling with the unconscious bias and navigating difficult conversations on campus. We have many incredible sponsors for this event, that many of them are listed here. However, we have several very special sponsors and those who have worked very hard to make this event one that is both accessible and sustainable. In the spirit of social justice in action, the planning committee has worked closely with two student groups, the Abilities RSO and the Sustainability Club, to make the symposium maximally accessible and sustainable. In addition to physical access, all non-workshop presentations will have real-time captioning, audio description devices will be provided upon request, and low sensory room will be available for all conference attendees. Additionally, presenters have been given guidelines to better plan for accessibility. In order to make this symposium a zero-waste event, all meals are totally vegan, and the Sustainability Club is working with Acres Student Farm to compost all materials. These are exciting initiatives, and we hope to continue to build upon them in the future. But we want to recognize our student leaders for their tremendous work in implementing these elements into the symposium this year. We are committed to having an open, accessible, and sustainable symposium. In order to be as welcoming as possible, we also ask that you forgo using fragrances. Don't wear perfumes, fragrances, and take down the scented products. Please use the unscented pump soaps that we will provide in the bathrooms and not the soap from the wall dispensers. Most of the presentations in the central ballroom will be live streamed and captioned. Please sit near the screen by the stage to view the transcription during a presentation. Some chairs have been purposefully pulled for wheelchair access. If you need assistance with seating or you have any access requests, please ask the registration desk or ask committee members in the Black Shepard Symposium t-shirts for assistance. We have a little more information on our zero waste event. We don't want to be feeding the Phil, so our event is entirely vegan to meet those ends because those are the compostable wastes. Well, what does it really mean to be zero waste? I mean, what in the world could that indicate? Because of course we're still going to be generating waste. But what this means is that we're designing products and processes to systematically avoid and eliminate waste, conserve and recover all resources, and not burn or bury them. The goal is to reach 90% diversion through actions such as resource reduction, reuse, recycling, and composting. In our efforts to do this, we will be recycling, we will be composting, and in fact, you may not know it, but Acres Student Farm does an incredible job of composting a huge amount of waste, not only from our event, but throughout the Laramie community. How can you help? Well, absolutely, BYOE, bring your own everything. Bring your Nalgene, bring your reusable coffee mug, bring things that are limited in the amount of packaging that you will have to throw away. Take your notes on a tablet or a laptop, go paperless. And if you're a presenter, please consider sustainability along with accessibility. Sometimes this is a balance. Sometimes we have to use paper in order to increase access, but wherever possible, please reuse and avoid bringing things that are non-recyclable or non-compostable. Sometimes it may seem confusing to relate environmental justice and social justice. That is, why does the health of the earth relate to the rights of those who have been most disenfranchised? Well, on an earth with finite resources, often the most marginalized groups benefit the least from the wealth and resources on our planet and suffer the most from the environmental injustices. Underprivileged communities are often placed near waste dumping zones of society, experience the highest pollution rates, or see rises in environmentally related human health issues. This is why we are striving to create an event that encourages lifestyles where all beings are given the chance to thrive. How to continue zero waste efforts after the Shepard Symposium? This is something to do all the time, 24/7. BYOE all the time. Avoid using single-use disposable materials whenever possible. And look to reuse instead of getting something new, or to buy used instead of getting something new. Start your own compost or encourage your community to collect household food scraps. This is a little tougher in Laramie than it is in some climates, but talk to us if you want to know a little more about composting in this dry environment. And thank you so much for not feeding the Phil.